I'm not going to do it.
I bet everybody will share the video.
I can't do it.
I share it anyway.
I'm loyal. I can't do it. Peer pressure can't bring up loyalty, man.
I can't.
This is effective peer support. Right?
I can talk, man. What if she doesn't? Effective peer support.
If what?
What if she says?
I mean, if she says it?
What?
If she says it? Okay, everybody, come on in and grab a seat, please. The on-air lights are lit up, so we're live. I think everybody knows the drill by now, right? You don't want to be on camera? Sit in the corner like that young lady is, well, I won't mention her name. Okay, thank you for attending the Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting. We are focused on maintaining a drug-free and healthy lifestyle. Since 2001, our open forum meeting welcomes parents, adolescents, recovering individuals, and anyone who supports our mission. Your suggestions, comments, or ideas are welcome to make our meetings the best they can be. The Racing for Recovery Support Group meeting is a cutting-edge alternative to what is currently offered by combining substance abusers, families, friends, and the public at large. We have created an environment that is beneficial to everyone who has been affected by alcohol or drug addiction. Meeting start time is 7 p.m. Please try to be on time. Please turn off your cell phones during the meeting. And please, only one person speaks at a time. And when you do speak, please do it loudly so everyone can hear what you have to say. We do sign attendance slips. If you leave them out in our little green box in the hallway there, we'll sign them. You can pick them up when we're done with our discussion. Honesty is required. Feel free to openly share your comments and points of view on how alcohol and drug addiction has impacted your life. This meeting is open to people of all ages and welcomes diversity, so please refrain from using excessive foul language or language that discriminates against any race, gender, religion, ethnicity, sexual orientation, or disability in order to maintain an atmosphere of respect and dignity for all who are present. If you see a visitor, a new member, or a returning member that you haven't seen in a while, please warmly welcome them into our program. And lastly, please refrain from getting up during the meeting while it's in progress because it's disruptive. Who has our lifestyles? Jordan.
Guidelines for living a lifestyle of recovery. The lifestyle of recovery guidelines are intended to be utilized by recovering individuals, their families, and anyone else who is striving to avoid substance abuse and achieve sobriety. Recognizing that substance abuse ruins lives, wanting to pursue positive alternatives to substance abuse such as our education, employment, quality relationships, and health and fitness. Using resources such as friends, family, teachers, and peers as a way to achieve and remain sober. Adding sports, art, or music to these resources will help us stay focused and motivated. Defining balance and working toward making it a part of everyday life. Building self-esteem and confidence through sobriety to combat negative feelings regarding oneself. Understanding that negative behaviors of isolation and self-pity lead to self-destruction. Lifting a person up is different than allowing them to continue their destructive lifestyle. Be there for yourself and be patient with your friends and family. Learning how to help without supporting the addict's behavior. Providing assistance to the recovering individual that will improve their lives, not further their usage. Recognizing personal challenges and integrating them into our lifestyle as challenges to triumph over. Caring for our personal, emotional, physical, and spiritual individuality is the source we use for our sense of worth. Each person is truly magnificent. Our mission at Racing for Recovery is to prevent all forms of substance abuse by promoting a lifestyle of fitness and health for all those affected by addiction.
And how many days do you have without smoking? Okay, is there anybody here for their first ever Racing for Recovery meeting tonight? Got a couple? Awesome. Force somebody's elbow to go up down there? It's kind of, right? You're in good hands, you're all right. So here's what we're going to do. Everybody's going to go around the room, and you get an opportunity to very loudly say who you are and why you're here. It's not required that you say you're an alcoholic or a drug addict. We look at you as more than something you did. We want to know who you are as a person. However, if you need to say you're a recovering addict or anything of that nature for your own sanity, feel free to do it. Joe, go ahead, buddy.
My name's Joe. I come to Racing for Recovery because every day it shows me a new path in life, and Thursday is my favorite night of the week. Last week I mentioned on the way here I saw a guy with a sign standing out front that said, "Smile, you're amazing." I didn't see him today, so I'm just going to go ahead and reiterate that message. No one told you today, smile because you're amazing.
My name is Julia, and I'm here to get some help with my life and kind of get into a new routine to continue on this path that actually I've started in the last 25 days of my sobriety.
Awesome. Good for you.
David, I'm an addict and alcoholic. I come to these meetings because they help me stay sober, and it's been, since I did get sober, kind of the cornerstone of my sobriety, so I'm glad to be here again.
Absolutely.
Hi, my name is Jacob. I like this meeting every Thursday, and recently I've been thinking about David from who I went to school with, who was a client. If I can say that or not, but it was, you know, he's been passed for a few years, and just been thinking about him and a lot of stuff Todd you told me that reminded me of, you know, the similarities between us two, and it's just too bad. You know, this reminds me that the path I was going on, 100%'s death. Like, that's just what it is, you know.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm here to support my son Jacob and for the positive energy I get from these meetings.
Awesome.
I'm Miss Daphne Virgo.
I'm Brandon. I'm sober. I love my sober last week, and I'm here for positive support. Get a stand.
What was the first part you said?
I love my sober.
Yeah, that'll work. You gotta say that with some conviction, man. You know?
You know how I feel about this.
I know.
My name's Daryl. I'm here because I have a little bit of peace in my life, and I want more peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm Kat, and I'm here because this is where I want to be.
I'm Andrea, and I'm here to learn.
I'm Mike. I like coming here because I like being around all these like-minded people that value their life like I do.
Hi, I'm Alicia. This is my first meeting. I hate talking in front of people.
You're good. We go way back on the wall.
I'm Mike, here just to stay clean another day.
My name's Ryan. I come here because I'm flat out I have to stay sober, and this place is awesome. It's got me through almost 8 months, so I'm back.
I'm Grace. I'm here just to keep learning how to help Ryan in his life of sobriety.
My name's Jim. I'm a recovering skeptic. I come here originally to support my son Ryan, but now I gotta kind of be honest, it's a selfish reason I'm here because a very long time ago I took an oath or commitment to protect and serve my community, but I had lost focus on that. So these last 8 months have been grounding me and helping me be out there and seeing people not just as a problem, but trying to get them the help they need and do what I'm paid to do and do what I've been doing for a long time, only better.
Right on, man.
I'm doing the same thing.
My name is Tom, and I'm here to support our mission, and every year this program has made my life a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm Mike, and I'm here because hearing stuff just like this gentleman here just said makes it really easy to maintain this positive structure and keep being sober. It's just a hell of a lot better way to live.
Jeff, go ahead.
I'm Jeff, and I'm here because I owe it to myself, my family, and my friends to keep showing up.
I'm Jay, recovering heroin addict. I'm here because, like I said yesterday, this place helped me get my life back and helped me live my life again.
My name's Joe. I originally started coming here because I wanted a better life. Within the short time I've been coming here, I now have that, and I continue to come here because, well, I need to maintain that better life. So, awesome. I love it here.
I'm Carrie, and I come to give and get support.
I'm Desi. Last week I was here with my family, and I forgot to thank everyone in this room for also loving me and supporting me and being patient with me on my road to recovery. And as long as I continue to come, my life continues to make sense.
My name's Shorty. This is where my family is on Thursday. So, and this, for me, this is where life happens. This is where, my new lifestyle and recovery happens. So, keep coming back.
My name's Mike. I was going to say something different, but I really like what Jeff said. It's really as simple as that. I owe it to myself and my loved ones and everybody in my life to be here. Because if I'm here, I stay sober. When I stop coming here, I stop staying sober. Wow. Clear pattern every time.
I'm Joey, and I come here to make sure that I stay balanced.
My name's Steve, and I come here for the positivity. I love coming here, it's what I do. And on the way here, I was looking at the Facebook thing, the memories, and it said on this day, it was 6 years ago, I had walked out of jail for like probably the second or third time. And then I was just thinking again, I already know exactly what I was doing the second I got out. And here I am, I got 40 days today. So.
My name is Tony, and I'm here for the positivity and to learn and to be another member of y'all family.
I'm Randall. I'm here for stay positive. I always learn something great at these meetings, so I just keep coming back.
I'm Dante. I come to these meetings because they show me a new way, new perspective on life, and I absolutely love coming here. It's a great program, and I made a lot of amazing friends.
I'm Diane. I'm the proud mother of this blue-haired vegan, now non-smoking vegan. That's the blue hair. Did you shave it off? No. And anyways, I'm so proud of him, and this program has saved my son's life, literally.
My name's Kelly, and I continue to come to this program on a regular basis because I have learned that self-care is not selfish, because you cannot fill up another person's cup when yours is empty.
I'm Samantha. I'm a recovering heroin addict. Glad I could be here. I don't get to come here often. I like to come here. I guess it keeps me like open-minded to all the avenues to recover. So I appreciate being here.
I'm Jessica. I continue coming to Racing for Recovery just because I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this program and what it's given me and for the life I have, because I definitely wouldn't have it without this program.
My name's Chris. I'm a recovering addict, and I'm here just to get better. I got to keep trying to get better. And kind of like Kelly kind of said it. When I get better, everything around me gets better. And I miss Todd.
Not everybody knows this, but Chris is actually my brother. You can ponder that all you want. Go ahead, Grandma.
I'm Grandma. I'm the grandmother of a recovering, I hope, addict. And I need to make an apology to Todd. 2 weeks ago, I said that I was here to check out Todd's pants. And he turned all pink. And on the way home, I thought, man, was that stupid for an old man. So I need to correct that. I am here to observe the appropriateness of Todd's trousers.
What is going on here? Go ahead.
I don't know how to follow that. I'm Eric. I'm a recovering addict, and I've only been here a few times, but I really feel like this is a real big community and a family, and to learn and to hone in on my skills to keep myself the way I need to be and strong. So thank you for that.
Right on.
I'm Allie. I'm Eric's sister. We just had a pretty big loss a couple weeks ago, so we're here to keep him sober.
Absolutely.
My name's Stacy. I'm thankful to be here. I was away for a while, and it was great walking back in the doors a little over a month ago. I love this place. It's one of the best parts of my week.
I'm Scott, and I'm here because I'm very grateful to be sober.
My name's Kim, and I'm here to just be reminded that I need to just stay on the right track and just keep getting better and better every day.
My name's Conrad. I'm here to learn and listen. The more I learn and listen, the more I can know about this program.
I'm Kevin. This is the first time in my life, honestly, I'm at peace with a lot of things in my life. And when they say this place is a family, man, it is a family here, so it rocks here.
Wow.
My name's John, and this place gives me the strength to maintain my sobriety, and hopefully I can keep it up.
My name's Tom, and I come here to continue to learn.
Hi, I'm Mindy. I'm here to support my boyfriend, Joe.
Joel, I'm here to keep going, and I absolutely love this program.
My name is Cecilia, and I'm here to support Cody.
I'm Cody. I'm here because I typically isolate myself. I'm here to be around people who support people like me and people who are like me.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm Dave. I'm here to support my son, Steve.
I'm Steve. I've come here for several months now. It's the longest period that I've been sober for quite a while. So.
For you, buddy. Yeah.
I'm Tom. I'm here for my son, Josh.
My name is Josh. I'm here to stay on the right path and this focus outwards.
I'm Brian. I'm here to support my brother Michael and everybody else who needs it.
I'm Esther, and I'm here to support my awesome son who's been 4 months totally sober.
Yeah.
I'm Michael. I come here because recovery is a choice to live, and I'm choosing to live.
Rick.
I'm Rick. I'm here to support this program in memory of my son, Jacob.
Hi, Mike. I'm here because a little over 4 years ago, when I walked into Racing for Recovery, I found out 2 valuable things. First one was using drugs and alcohol was a choice. Second one was I didn't ever have to use drugs or alcohol again. I'm also here because I value my life.
I'm Rachel, and I started coming for my dad, and now I truly come for myself. And I'm just proud of everyone in this room.
My name's Gavin. I'm here for knowledge and to remember what I'm working for.
My name is Trevor. I'm here to support a few friends and gain some knowledge.
I'm Mark, alcoholic addict. I come to stay alive, number one, and gain knowledge. And this is the best format that I know out there.
Go ahead, Dana.
I'm sleeping over here. Hi, I'm Dana. I'm just here because it's part of how I maintain balance.
My name is Bill. I'm here to support my son Joe and anybody else that needs it. And I just love coming here to listen and learn.
My name's Julie. I'm here to support my son Joe, and I really like coming to see everybody's growth and how people are getting their lives back.
I'm Gail. I come here to watch the sobriety that happens in this place and rejoice with everybody. I'm also here to help those parents that are struggling watching their children go through it. And I find a great deal of peace of my own here after losing our daughter last summer. So.
Hi, Bruce, and although I'm mourn the passing of our daughter from a overdose every day, I'm really here to support the living.
I'm Renee, and I come here because this program gave our family hope when I thought I had lost hope. So I am grateful to have a fun friend back.
And I'm Grandma, and I'm happy she is too.
I'm Megan. I'm here because I haven't been to a Thursday in forever. I kind of miss it. It's weird. But this program really helped me have a different outlook, and I don't even know, like, the will to want to do better in life.
You just made the list there, Megan, with what you said, just letting you know that. Go ahead, brother.
My name is Dustin. I'm here for my sobriety and to continue moving forward with my recovery.
I'm Frankie, and I come here for support.
I'm Andrea. I'm here to listen and learn, and I really enjoy the support that you guys have here.
My name is Marcus, and I come here just the short time that I've been coming here. I have a sense of worth these days, and it has just changed my whole outlook on life, and I just know I belong here.
My name's Carolyn, and I come because, for me personally, it's the right thing to do. My son is doing amazing. He's been in recovery for over 2 years, but I still care about other people's kids, and that's why I'm here.
I'm Diane. I have a daughter that's a heroin addict. Haven't seen her over a month. I do know that she's alive, that I didn't think she was, because she broke in my house last night. I know that there are people in here that know where she's at, and unfortunately they won't let me know. But I pray every day that she's sitting next to me and saying the same thing that a lot of you are saying.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm LaVon. I'm Justine's mom.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I know that some of you guys don't truly believe me, but I really appreciate how good you guys are to her. It means the world to me that everybody loves her, and
Give me anxiety stuff.
you guys are so good to her, and it's really helping her get better. She loves coming here so much, and from the bottom of my heart, I thank you guys so much for the friends and the hugs and everything. And I come because I hope that, you know, that I'm helping her by being here.
Okay, I'm Justine. I'm sorry if I mess up. I have major anxiety right now because it's my dad's first time here. And I've been trying to get him to come for over a year. But I wanted to say just thank you to everybody. And coming here, not being judged, has given me a clean slate, you know, a new start. And then I wanted to thank my parents too, because I'm gonna mess up.
Don't, take your time.
I guess just for giving me life, because I wouldn't be here otherwise. And especially for the tough love. And just them having hope that I could be saved. So that's it.
My name is Fred. I'm here to support my daughter Justine.
That's it?
My name is Carrie. I'm here to learn and support my husband, Rob.
I'm Rob. I'm here to learn to rebalance my life.
I'm Jordan, and today I'm here for myself because if I'm not here for me, I can't be there for others.
I'm Todd Crandall, and I'm grateful to be a part of this program and to witness what goes on in here. It's awesome. Who has the answer by Donald D. Carr? Mark.
The Answer by Donald D. Carr. Running from misery, trying to escape the pain as I approach the light of hope that lies before me. Each step overwhelms me. Every breath sears my throat. I ache. My body rebels against me. My memories torment me. Agony has become my closest companion. My demons mock me as I dangle helplessly above the abyss of alcohol and drug abuse. The voices all sound the same, criticizing, accusing, blaming me for what has happened. They don't understand. They don't care who I am. I'm a human being, full of thoughts and feelings. I am worth saving. Just show me the way. At last, I reach the light of promise. There stands the answer. Open arms, understanding smiles, looks of trust. And so it begins, racing for recovery.
Okay, before we get started, I want to just make one simple fact known. Nobody ever has to use drugs again. We've been saying that a lot lately, and I love saying this. That's an undisputed fact. You don't have to ever do it again. And if somebody wants to try and challenge me on that or us on that, we can do it later, but you can't dispute that. You don't have to use. Are you going to have a hard time and you're not using? Yes, but you don't have to use to deal with that. We got a bunch of things that go on at Racing for Recovery. Look at our website or call us, and we'll talk about all of our support group meetings and counseling and assessments. We do it all here except housing, so if you're in need, call us. So let's do this to get started tonight. I know Jeff wants to read something from our Cleveland book, and then I have a couple topics we can talk about, but Jeff, why don't you read what you wanted to read?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I don't know when it was, probably a couple years or so ago when I first received a copy of this book, and I was reading it, and these words were pretty powerful to me then, but unfortunately I was a long ways away from even liking myself, let alone loving myself, and I had no belief in myself. But today I can say with every ounce of pride that I have that I'm living these words in my life today, and that's what feels so awesome. But I'll just read this paragraph. That means a lot to me, and I feel that I'm living these words today too. Is there's no middle ground for the person in recovery. If you're holding on to any thoughts that you can sort of stop using or drinking, let them go right now. 100% consistent sobriety is the only absolute in this process. There is absolutely no room for using. Once you accept that absolute as the new defining fact of your life, it gets easier to adhere to it. More important, once you prove to the people who know and love you that you are deadly serious about sticking by that principle, you will find them surprisingly willing to open their hearts to you all over again. Trust me on this. It's happened to me. It will happen for you.
I think we can have a discussion off of that, right? So this is one of the questions I had, and that it's twofold. Either what's going to be different this time when you're talking about being sober, or what is different this time, like Jeff just alluded to there? Joe.
My name's Joe. For me, that really means a lot, and the question what's going to be different this time and what will I do different this time is that the guys, everyone in my IOP group knows, but at one time I had 4 years clean, and I mean that was cool to say that, but in all honesty it didn't really mean shit because I wasn't living a good lifestyle. I wasn't doing things I was proud of or happy to do them. In all reality, the only reason I had that time clean was because I was working 16-hour days, you know, and I was just too tired to get high, to be honest with you. I was on probation, so that was a big factor in me not using all the prison time over my head. And I mean, some things happened to where I chose to go back out and use, which weirdly, maybe it may sound to people, but I'm very happy I did that, because it took me to different lows that I've never experienced before, even before when I was using it for the majority of my life, and which ultimately led me here. And now that I am here, I found, which is one of my favorite activities here, Soulcore. I love it. Every Thursday, religiously. Today we recorded it, which was awesome. I think I may have gotten a little bit of my head in the video, so that was cool. Also though, you know, I work out, play pool, you know, the IOPs mean a lot to me, the one-on-ones with Matt, amazing guy. I got a job at a Mexican restaurant, I'm working on learning Spanish, I feel like I should know that. You know, it's just, I had a job offer for a better job than working at the restaurant, making more money. It's everything I wanted, a company, you know, 401k, profit sharing and everything like that. But I turned it down because I'm not ready for that. And in all honesty, I love where I'm at. Cochino de Carlos in Waterville, it's an amazing restaurant, great people that work there. And I'm not willing to sacrifice my happiness and the family I have at work with people I truly enjoy being there with just for a couple extra dollars. Because that's what I did last time, and ultimately I thought the money would make me happy, but it didn't. It just, I don't know. I mean, obviously I like money, but it's not about that, you know? So I just feel like literally every aspect of my life and my mental state is different this time.
That's what I'm talking about. Jordan.
What's different for me this time, last time I was going through the motions, I guess. Like I was staying sober. I was going to doing like the fun stuff with everybody, but I wasn't really changing anything about me. And what's different this time is, like Jeff always says, like I'm all in, and I'm changing everything, not just a few things, everything. And like make sure I walk at least 3 times a week, or ride my bike, quit smoking, change my diet. You know, like I actually care about myself enough to, if someone calls and needs something and I feel that it's not a good situation for me, I don't put myself in that, because I don't need to be in that situation and I deserve better. And there is no reason for me to jeopardize everything I'm working for.
This is good. Keep going. Who's up?
All right, I got it. Obviously, I've never been in that spot, but you can't, for us there, listen to this man here, Mike, and just the short time I've been here, how this shit doesn't recharge somebody, I don't understand, because this is, again, I'm being selfish now. I'm using you people. You know, that's what it's straight up.
Yeah.
If this stuff, what this guy here said, I mean, that's life. That's good stuff. And to watch you guys, Mike, go through what you've done, and this, I mean, you got, this is my free therapy.
Right. Right.
I just want to say, Jordan's friends that he has,
Like, he had a bonfire at my house, I think I talked about this before, and I had left the house and came back, and I mean, there's so much laughter, so much fun, and I had people saying, you left your house with a full house of drug addicts in your house. And I would do that before some of the people that I work with. I just tell people, you don't know these people. Dusty and all these, you know, they clean up. I mean, I just can't say how much fun they are and how much I trust everybody and love everybody. Jordan, you know, now I can use the word trust. It's been a long time before I could say that, but like I had a headlight go out in my car and Jordan came over to put it in, and then I actually had somebody say to me, how do you know he did that? How do you know he couldn't get your bumper off? Did you check for fingerprints on the car? And, no, really. And I'm like, no, what? I don't have to get a detective to see if my son said he did something, because I believe him. And it's really great to be able to say that I love you.
That's good. I just wanted to say, like, that's why I love just sitting here. It's listening to this. You know, Randall didn't want me to embarrass him, but I'm going to post it tomorrow. I can't wait to put this up. He said, you know, hey Todd, I got a new car. You want to see it? And it's like a little kid showing me this new toy, you know, and he's outside. Look at this. It's got heated seats. It's got all that. And I'm like, dude, let me take your picture in front of it. You know, that's an accomplishment. Justine, for you to stand up and talk like that, you're not messing anything up. You can't mess anything up in here by speaking what you feel. It's like, it's contagious to come in. As you said, how can you not see this and go, yeah, that sucks, or that's wrong, or they're not doing it the right way. They're doing it their way, which is our way. That's what makes Racing for Recovery, in my opinion, special. It's a concept that is tailor-made for each individual that wants to make it their own way. It's not a dictatorship where it's like you do this or you won't make it. We don't speak like that. It's what do you need, how do we help you get that so you can go out and thrive. And that's what I just love, watching people be examples of that. Who's up? Chris?
The question was, how am I doing it different this time, right?
Either what's going to be different this time, or if you are doing it differently, what is different?
Okay, that's simple for me. What is different for me this time is I've had long periods of abstinence before, like 14 months, 9 months, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, and I was unhappy. And I was recovering from the outside in instead of from the inside out. Because when I got clean and sober, that wasn't the only thing wrong with me. That was the substances. It was deeper than that. There was a spiritual deficiency. I was spiritually broken when I came in recovery. I was mentally messed up. There was a lot of thinking errors. There was a lot of belief. My belief system was messed up. So what was different this time was I went inside. You know, I didn't base my recovery on my vehicle. I didn't base it on my job. I didn't base it on my relationship. Those were byproducts of me working on the inside stuff. And for me, spirituality is just feeling good about me, and that radiating to you guys. You know, that's just me feeling okay with me and staying full. And how I stay full is everything good I've been given in my life was with the help of others in recovery. So I have to give it back to the next person. That's what keeps my spirit up, and that I try to stay focused on the inside, and it helps me value what I have on the outside, because I would make one bad choice and throw all that outside stuff away and take it for granted, because I never took a look inside, what was going on inside. That's what's different for me.
Sorry, I'm kind of double dipping, but I have to say this before Desi and Steve and Mike go. I look at, every morning, I've shared this a couple times before, I have a hard time, and I'm getting better at it, at saying the word love. I've struggled with that word my entire life. And here it is, another guy, Chris, who I get a text message from every day. Every single day I wake up in the morning before I get my pig up. And there's a text from Chris that says something like, it's going to be an awesome day, it's great to be sober, or whatever, and he always says in there, I love you, man. Or I love you, brother, or I love you, Todd, you know, specifically mentioning my name in there. And at first it's like, I still at times I get that, God, man, I don't know how to handle this, you know, but I have forced myself. At times it's a force, and other times it just flows from me. I say it back. I mean it, and the healing still comes from that not having it be forced. But I'm grateful that this dude, for some reason, says that to me, because that's one of the things that I've needed in my life more than really anything. And I never even knew this guy before. And he comes into our program based on his awesome fiance and stuff. And those are the things, again, that I like being a part of, is where you can just freely give and receive things that really matter in life. And it's not about stuff. It's about how you feel about self. So once again, I thank you for that, my brother. Destiny, go ahead.
The difference for me, and this is the first time I've ever truly been clean and sober. I made one previous attempt, but you know, I successfully completed another IOP program, but continued to use 4 substances the entire time and still successfully completed. So the major difference for me was Racing for Recovery. Coming here, I went through a period a few months ago where I really struggled with a lot of guilt because I couldn't figure out why it was so easy for me. You know, being clean and staying clean and changing my life. And I did a lot of reflection on that. And it's because of everything that I've learned here. I've learned that, like Chris said, it's okay to take the time to focus on myself. I'm a year sober. I just started working because I knew, because I learned that it was okay to take that year, you know, just to focus on me so that I could have the rest of my life.
All set. Mike?
Yeah, what really stuck out for me and all that Jeff read was one word. It was consistency. And Todd's probably been driving that in my head for about 3 years now. But it's not, for me, it's not about doing anything different this time. It's about staying consistent with it. And like Kelly said when she introduced herself about self-care, not being selfish, you know, I did a lot of changing in 10.5 months, and I changed a lot about my life. And it's amazing how quick you can change back to those old habits when you stop doing all the things that got you to that point and then help you. You know, I found genuine happiness, and I started to lose that because I stopped doing the things that helped me find that in myself. You know, I stopped being around all these people here that loved me before I loved me, and they helped me realize that I was worth being sober, and I was worth being around when I was sober. And it's a lifelong thing. You gotta stay consistent with all that forever, and you know, you can't stretch yourself too thin trying to help other people or feeling like you owe other people things, because if somebody needs something from me, if I'm not consistently doing what makes me the person that I became, then I can't do anything for anyone. I can't be that person or be there for those people. So, you know, I know what I need to do. I know what I've done before. I know what got me where I was happy, and I just got to do that and then keep doing it and stay with it forever.
Steve.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I like bonfires too. I was thinking about that. No, seriously. This time is simply, I'm doing it for myself this time, finally. And everything else has just seemed to kind of fallen into place by listening to others and taking suggestions and having that courage to try something new. Like I took my dog for a walk in the neighborhood 2 days ago, and it felt so good. It was at night, it was cool out, and I was like, I'm gonna do it again, tomorrow, which was last night. And I did it. I didn't really want to. I was tired, but so I'm gonna like just do new things that I've never really done before. And I also I got involved in other programs as well. Like I'm doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And something that I heard last week and then I read in the book was it says I try to love rather than to be loved, and try to understand rather than to be understood. And I really like that. And there's a lot more to it, but those are the two lines that really stood out to me. So I'm trying to, I'm just trying everything different, but really what's the biggest thing is I'm doing it for myself finally.
Are you trying or doing?
I'm doing it.
You're doing it, you're not trying it, right? Yeah. Jake?
I tried moving to Cali to like get away from like all the stuff around here that I thought was the reason that I was still using. But I ended up getting there, and honestly I didn't want to stop. Like I came back, still didn't want to stop. What changed this time is I actually wanted to. I was looking outside, and I was just tired of the person that I became. I was tired of living the life I was living. Tired of having all the guilt eat me up from the inside. Just lost. And then I changed everything. I changed the people I was hanging out with. I changed my habits. Started trying to do whatever it took to make myself feel better by old hobbies or just getting the stuff out that was eating me up, and being able to trust my friends and have them, well actually it took a lot for me to trust people, but I trusted them with knowing my past and what I've been through, and for me that meant a whole lot. I opened up, and like I said before, I felt like everything's been taken off my shoulders, and just knowing that they were there for me and they still help me out even today when I do have bad times, I realize that it's only temporary, and I might have a bad moment, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna have a bad day. So that's what's changed.
Mike?
For me, I knew I wanted something, but I didn't even know what it was. I came here looking for something. I didn't know what sobriety even meant. I didn't know what it involved. So I, first of all, and most importantly, started giving everything to God and having faith in God, and that's huge for me. Secondly, I repeatedly heard I didn't have to use drugs or alcohol ever again, and I started to believe that. Like, I started seeing a process that was working, and I was trusting in that process, and still do. I come here with faith in my peers that are not misleading me, that they've done it, they have something that I want, and I'm going to get that. So, I mean, this time is just, I guess it boils down to, I want it. I never wanted it before because I didn't know what it was. And it's not just being sober, it's a lifestyle that I'm gradually just learning. I'm learning like a brand new baby. I'm learning life now, and I'm choosing to live. That's what's different this time.
Joe?
For me,
what's different this time around is I'm actually listening. I've always been a really stubborn person. I've always felt like I've known everything there is to know. You couldn't tell me anything different no matter who you were. I used to sit in these rooms and I used to say all this grandiose, amazing, which I thought was enlightening shit. It probably wasn't, but and now I realize, I mean, I've been sitting at this table for damn near 11 months now, and I mean, I don't talk a whole lot in these meetings, but it's not because I don't have anything to say and I haven't learned anything. I just, listening helps me. I had this discussion with Jeff the other day, you know, whenever I think I know too much, I'm always like, no, let's back it up a little bit, because you probably don't. And for me, just listening to what people who have been through this stuff and have done it, you know, that helps me realize that that's what's different this time. I'm taking in that knowledge instead of just having it go in one ear and one out the other. I've read your book probably 5 times, and I think 4 of those times, I think I literally was just reading words on a page. I wasn't taking anything in. Now that, like, when I read it, I can actually pick stuff up and actually utilize that stuff in my day-to-day life. And I mean, like Desi said, and everyone else, and Mike, I mean, without this place and the people that I've met, I mean, hell, I wouldn't be here. I always do everything in my life alone, and I realize that's not the way to go. And having people just to support you, whether that's your friends, your family, weird tattooed guys who wear funny pants that sit next to you, it's all just kind of, it all comes together and it just helps you be a better version of yourself. So that's what's different this time for me.
Well said, buddy. Marcus.
Yeah, what's different for me this time is, number one, I think my self-esteem. I have beat myself with guilt for such a very long time. And then when I haven't talked to my mother in 14 years, you know, it just, to me, clarified that I was never going to amount to anything. And when I woke up in the hospital, I almost drank myself to death. And I had the feeling from that moment that I just want to live. And in the path that I've followed so far through this, it's led me here. And just, I can feel the electricity of, you know, of support in here just before I even come in here. And it's like people are just genuinely glad to see me. And you know, at first I was thinking, why? Why do you not know how toxic I am? I want to see me, you know? And I don't feel that way anymore. And it started with the self-esteem. You know, today I have the feeling that I want to live. I'm letting people get to know me instead of blocking everything out. You know, and the reason I used to block people out is I just didn't want to hurt people. But it's because I just didn't care about life anymore. And I don't wake up in the morning now like going, oh man, this day's gonna suck, you know. I actually look forward to getting up and moving around in the day, and you know, things have just really blessed me lately. I've started a new job tomorrow. I've got Orange cleaned up. I'm taking care of responsibilities that I've been neglecting. And you know, it's just amazing how much of a change I can feel in myself with just a little bit of positive support. You know, because when you're in the darkness of drugs and alcohol, there's nothing positive about it. I was in such a dark place. And that's why I just feel like I belong here. And I don't feel like I belong anywhere. And I can't even remember. So, I mean, I'm doing different every day, you know, and I just wake up and know when the day's going to be blessed. And I thank everybody in here for just opening up your arms and showing that the whole world hasn't just gave up on me or any of us addicts because of the bad decisions we made, you know, because support is really needed when you're struggling through something. And thank you for everybody, and I will continue to be back.
You know, Marcus, when you were speaking there, it kind of reminds me of Mike. One of the highlights of my week is when Mike says, I'm here because I value my life today. And you speaking like that too, I know it resonates with everybody that's sitting in here. And then if you think about it, it's like, why is that so resounding? That's a normal thing that everybody should feel every day. But for people like us, it's like we won the lottery. That is the impact of what no self-worth has. There's a common theme amongst people that are self-destructing, whether it's food, gambling, cutting, drugs of any kind, whatever. There is no self-worth. That is the catalyst to self-destructive behavior. The foundation for not only attaining sobriety but sustaining it throughout the rest of your life is starting to find self-worth. When you have that, and even if it's the first thing is to say, I'm done self-destructing, you already are establishing self-worth just by simply stopping your self-destructive behavior. But that is the first brick in your foundation that everything else is built on, that self-esteem improves, that more things are done, more things are shared, experienced, all of it. But that's exactly what we do here. So at some point, it won't seem like this bizarre, crazy thing to actually care who you are and think, oh my God, other people like me? Yeah, we do. Right? But that's why people are using, because they don't have that self-worth. And that takes some time to get that back. But you're already doing it. Just as my coach Jim Cooper says, good job, keep going. That's it. Just keep going. Right? Good stuff. Who's up?
Hey, Todd.
Yes, sir.
I don't talk much, but some people know I had 10 years at one time, and what's kind of different this time is when I was in rehab, they basically told me I was going to go back out. And, you know, I went back out for 12 years after them 10 years. And them 10 years, I didn't have what I've got now in 4. And a lot of it's got to do with what I alluded to in my introduction, was I didn't have to do, I found out I didn't have to do drugs or alcohol again in my life. Right. And the main thing was that I had a choice.
That's right.
And I found that out through this, Racing for Recovery. And I thank everybody for that, especially you, Todd.
Oh man, that's good stuff. Wow. Go ahead.
I just want to say happy Mother's Day to every mother that is in here, every mother that is recovering, every mother that is supporting their child, every mother that is watching, because being a mother is not always easy. There is no manual, but it's probably one of the most rewarding jobs, if you can even call it a job. But I just wanted to make sure all the mothers in here know that you are of value also.
I also want to add all the mothers that have lost children, that remember the good times that you had with your children, that don't focus on their passing and what led up to their passing. Life is very fragile, and you know, my daughter OD'd, but she could have been in a car accident. She could have been diagnosed with some horrible disease. You don't know what could take your child at any moment. And just treasure the time you have. And those that have lost, treasure the good times and the laughter and the goofy things you did. And you know, I remember teasing my daughter because she had this round little face, and I would always tease her about that. And those are the things that bring us peace. But I don't want to forget about those mothers over the next weekend.
Any final comments? Jake, yeah?
You know, I was driving with Jeff the other day, and I was like reflecting and just looking back, and all of a sudden I just started to tear up and like cry. And it wasn't like crying because I was sad, it was crying because of everything that I've made it through. Like, and what I'm doing today, and just how I'm feeling. Like, pushing myself to be better by like being there for people, by having this. Everybody talks to this guy. Like, yeah, he's a great listener. And it's an amazing feeling to just feel free. Like you were saying, like you have a choice, and I've made the choice to not use drugs for over a year now, and like it just hit me that it's fucking amazing. Like, it's crazy. All the friends I've made, all the people I've met in these rooms, everybody in here is, okay, you too, Joe.
Thanks.
Yeah. These are the best people I can surround myself with today.
Before I turn it back over to you to close us up for tonight, I just want to thank everybody who's alive, who comes here, who does whatever you do to help make our program be what it is. Thank you. Please share this. Let people know that are outside of the area. Terry from Maryland, you're watching tonight. What's up, brother? But just get this out there so people who are struggling, who used to think the way Marcus did, can now be the way Marcus feels, right? Go ahead, buddy. Oh, one more thing. Joe is our success story tomorrow at noon.
Yeah.
Tune in. Tune in.
Alright. I walk down the street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am hopeless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I am in the same place. But it isn't my fault. It takes a long time to get out. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it, it's there. I still fall in. It's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. I walk down another street.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Yeah!